Hi Taurus, and welcome to your mid-November, quite a short sort of reading. I just about updating where we're at. Sorry, I've been like this all day. My speech has had Mercury retrograde, not been able to get the words, not been able to get the flow. So the readings are going to be about 15 minutes. So you pulled the same Lenormands as, I think it was Aquarius. So the first card that you got was the Cage and the Key. So this is about freedom, but it came up in reverse, and it obviously depends where you're watching it from. The UK has gone back into lockdown, so there might be a feeling of your freedom being curtailed, so feeling a little bit trapped, or not having access to the freedom that you normally have. You then get the dog. Oh my god, I adore this card. Look at this guy. This is about loyalty. It's about commitment, steadfastness, but it's essentially about the energy of loyalty. So in one way or another, you're going to feel some sort of loyalty coming from another person, or it might be you having this beautiful energy of the dog. It tends to show up as commitment, something like that. So some of you definitely might be feeling that your freedom's curtailed. Remember, Taurus, it's sort of we can only work with what we've got. I'm definitely feeling it because it's the card that I pulled. But the dog there is that very, very steadfasted commitment, seeing love around you, and not romantic love, and love and support coming from other people around you. It's that sort of card. So you might be called to give that loyalty to someone. I'm not sure yet, so I'll pull 6 cards. We'll do my best to make sense of what the cards are saying. I think you're about my 4th reading. Most people are getting relationship readings. There's nothing I can do with the cards that show up. I'm not sure. I think Venus is in Libra, so she's very, very exalted there. So there is a theme of connection and relationships going on, and it is sort of showing up in the readings. So give me 6 cards for the sign of Taurus, please. So what's behind you is the 4 of Swords. The gift is the Queen of Wands. This might be a person, or it might be you. The challenge is the Page of Wands. Okay, now, God, these cards have shown up for so many people, and it's not about not shuffling, Taurus. You get the cards that you're meant to get. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles. Someone's keeping their feelings close to their chest. This is other people's energy. So there's a feeling, the 4 of Pentacles is a card of protecting the heart. Queen of Wands under that, the Queen of Swords. Okay. And then you give Ace of Pentacles, which is a great card if it's financial support that you're looking for. The Ace of Pentacles tends to be some sort of gift of money, some pentacle that you've got in your hand that supports you. You've got an awful lot of people showing up here. So people, and these are either going to represent people that actually show up in our life, other parts of us. Like we all have fire. We all have fire, and we all have air. So, I mean, what's behind you is the 4 of Swords. So that could be the Key in reverse. So feeling a little bit isolated. The 4 of Swords isn't a negative card, but it does talk about being in solitude. It comes after the 3 of Swords. So sometimes the 4 of Swords is just needing to rest after being in some drama, after being in something that's It's almost like a stop card. I've had enough of this drama and I want to take a step back. The gift of the Queen of Swords is either a person or it's your own self-esteem. The Queen of Swords is the Queen of Wands is so incredibly confident. She's got this incredible set of boundaries, especially around her sense of sexual value, self-confidence, self-belief, and it's the gift. So this is either someone in your life who's got these qualities, or this is about you. And because of that Four of Swords, there might have been a turning back on something that was not healthy, not good enough, and you've just said no, you put down these boundaries and you're really, really owning your power. Now, the challenge is the Page of Wands, and he's walking into that Queen. The Page of Wands is definitely generally about receiving an offer. It tends to show up as an opportunity. It tends to be around sexual attraction, by the way, just to let you know. The issue that we've got here and why it's a challenge is there's the energy of the Four of Pentacles. Now, I read this card as other people's energy. It could be your energy, and there's a blocking towards this attraction, towards this connection. Why is the Four of Pentacles showing up here? One card to clarify why it's showing up. Yeah, look. It's with the Ace of Cups. So this is either about self-love and turning your back on something that wasn't healthy, or this is an issue about opening up the heart. Now, Taurus, I have never met a person in this world who doesn't have issues of everyone's got broken trust. Everyone's got broken trust in this world. But this is about sort of opening up the heart here. And I don't know if it's to one of these queens. It's male or female, by the way. It doesn't quite work that way. But there's a feeling of turning your back, or someone else is turning their back on love. The Queen of Swords is underneath the Queen of Wands. She's about the truth. Again, the Queen of Swords gets a bad rap because she can cut people off incredibly, intensely, cut people off. Yeah. Especially if they don't, if they're not coming from a place that's above board. She just has this power just to cut them, and especially with the Queen of Wands. So some of you are maybe having to cut someone out of your life. If not, this is the possibility of new love. You know what? If this isn't someone else, I love seeing you like this, because not only are you in your self-confidence, you're standing in the truth. And if this involves having to say no to someone who's not coming from that place of integrity, go for it, Taurus. Stand like these very, very proud queens and stand tall. If not, this is about, there's a vulnerability about saying yes to some new emotional offer. There's no way around that one, Taurus, apart from to try and remove what's broken our trust before, and to be able to stand like these queens, because I don't think anyone would mess with these queens. I wouldn't mess with them because they have this awe of power, and when we're in this energy of power and self-belief, we just repel people who would break our trust. I don't even think they would get into the orbit of these queens. They're just as powerful, and they'd just be like, God damn no, you know, off with your head, sort of. Because if you're standing in the power of these queens, you don't have to close your heart to love, because I don't even think that anyone who would hurt you would show up in your field, by the way. If not, there is a potential new connection here, but a little bit of ambience between opening up to it or not. Okay? I love that dog card though, because the dog is very it's almost, he's so straightforward. I can't imagine that dog causing harm to someone. So I don't know, just if that's some of you and there's someone showed up and you're not sure about where they're coming from, don't just say no. That is what I'm saying, because there's something to do with a relationship here. Could be a fire sign, could be an air sign, or again, you're standing in your truth and your confidence and this power, and you just don't attract people that want to play games with you when you're in this energy, because it's too potent and powerful. Anyhow, the outcome is Ace of Pentacles, which is fantastic. If you're the aces always bring some sort of new opportunity. So it might be an opportunity to make probably some income, which is fantastic. So what's the Ace of Pentacles doing here? It's with the Emperor. So the Emperor very much is a bit of Aries. So what you might be doing here is taking charge of this pentacle. Really, really like these cards together. It's almost like getting your head on. So this might be following some sort of lead, some sort of job, some sort of work opportunity. What would Taurus do about this relationship? Because I wouldn't, if it is, I wouldn't just say no to this. That is the Nine of Swords you've got. So if you have a look, these are essentially the same dynamic. And it's a very funny one, because if something doesn't feel right, we do need to listen to it. And we need to decipher, is this the voice of fear, or is this the voice of my intuition telling me that something's not right here? And I haven't got the answer in this reading yet. And it might more show up in December's reading, because sometimes our intuition is just like, oh my God, that person's got horns on their head, stay away. And sometimes it's a beautiful opportunity. I really, really like that dog. And it's her fear that stops us saying yes. And that's a really, really difficult one to work with. And most people's stories are, oh, I've said no to what might have been a beautiful opportunity. And then we say yes to opportunities that have become our life lessons. So sometimes the Nine of Swords is about listening to the fear and then trying to decipher, is this fear? Or is it my instinct and my intuition? And that's how you stand in the truth of the Queen of Swords. Anything else for Taurus here? It's a little bit of a, do you know what? Most people's readings are pretty complex. All evolving relationships. Oh gosh, I'm really convinced love wasn't meant to be that hard, by the way. Any other message for Taurus? Because you did get the moon. So the moon's about trusting your intuition, trusting your feelings, self-nurturing, self-care. And Taurus, we know when something's not right for us. Sometimes it's just about trusting those instincts, those feelings. And we all make mistakes. And we learn through wisdom, because you've learned a lot through wisdom here with these two queens. That's why you've got the queens, because you've earned this right to maybe to know the difference about what's right and what's wrong for you. I'm not getting a straightforward answer for you. The link to my website's below, and maybe December's readings will give more guidance. A little bit of a complex reading, Taurus. I found so far the earth signs are having the most complicated ones, and I'm not really sure why, what's going on there, that you seem to be getting the ones that are more, there's something weird going on here. But anyhow, lots of love. Bye.